Hey, it's John Nemo. Wanted to show you just a little bit about. You always hear me talking about the money's in the mailbox. The money's in the mailbox. I thought take your own advice for once, Nemo. Get back in there. Stop using so many scripts and start personalizing. And so I wanted to show you kind of how I'm currently trying to marry, personalized script approaches with, one-on-one engagement. So for example, I'm, going after a coach here and send them an invite to connect. And then this is the automated follow-up that went out nice to connect. And what I did in this case was I was targeting business coaches in Canada. And the angle I was using in the scripts was, well, you're in Canada, you must like hockey, right? So again, I'm a hockey fanatic. I live in Minnesota, so I love hockey. And I know hockey in Canada, it's like, even if you're not a fan of a team, you can talk hockey comfortably. So that's how I decided to personalize it. So then this is my follow-up script, and then I kind of pivot to the question. Then what's interesting is the guy writes back and he says, hey, I'm a fan of this team, the Flames, work with some players on the Predators, which is really cool. And I see looking more, he's a mindset coach. So that makes sense. He's helping pro athletes with mindset. As for clients, I'm pretty full, but here's what I like. You do have an interesting approach, and that alone makes me want to say yes to your offer. And the offer was just, hey, do you want a free copy of my book? So then I go in and kind of, again, not just hammering back a script, great, here's the free book. I just took 30 seconds to go into my memory banks and basically say, hey, yeah, you like this hockey team, man, I can talk about what happened with them in the 80s. Here's a story about mindset with a pro athlete that I know about. Talked about my favorite book with mindset and how that helped me really just blow up my business. And then I say, oh, by the way, here's my free book. And then, I worked with NHL players too, and I was a sports writer. So again, this is like a coffee shop conversation, just bantering one-on-one, ice-breaking, all kinds of stuff we're finding in common. And then I go down, I'm like, oh yeah, I realized I had my 1986 Calgary Flames names wrong. So anyway, that's one quick example. Here's another one I'm using. So I'm going after coaches in Wisconsin. Now, again, my background, my passion is sports. I live in Minnesota. Our neighbors to the east, the trash-infested rat hole that is Wisconsin. Got to talk trash to my fellow Americans here. I hate Wisconsin. I hate the Packers. They're our arch rival. It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's like the Americans and the British circa 1776. They're the worst people on earth, right? Packer fans. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure there are a few good people in Wisconsin. But anyway, I'm just having fun. Of course, I don't hate anyone. So anyway, I use the invite and I'm talking trash about, hey, I see you live in Wisconsin. And basically what I say to the person is, I see you live in Wisconsin and you're a business coach or whatever. Thought I'd reach out. As long as you're not a Packer fan, I'd love to connect. Ha, 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 right? Personal script, then follow-up script. All Vikings and, Packers, trash talk aside, quick question, pivot into the script. Hey, I'd love to help you. Do you want this free book? And then she hasn't written back, so then I'm just going to poke the bear a little bit more with the Minnesota Vikings gif, right? So here's another one, the Canadian business coaches, right? So I had sent him the whole hockey thing, hockey invite, automated hockey follow-up. And then he says, yes, let's see, read hockey, not so interested these days, Mal support the Maple Leafs. So I go into my hockey nerdery and knowledge and talk about this. Here's the free ebook, can't wait. So this is just a quick example of how you can go through and marry your scripts with a little bit of personal seasoning, a personal sizzle. It works so well. It's just like real life. Use your personality, use the animated GIFs, use emojis, use images, have fun with it. That's so, so important. And if you're using the LinkedIn mobile app, even better, you can shoot little video messages, audio messages like I've shown you before. This is the stuff that makes the money in the mailbox really pays off, building these relationships, pivoting them into the content that then moves them into the evergreen funnel. So there you go. Just a quick lesson. Remember, the money's in the mailbox. Spend time in here. Personalize it. Engage. Warm up. Have fun with it. I'm overdoing this in Sales Navigator too with, going in, looking at someone's profile, asking about their business, pivoting that into a message. It works. So there you go. Have at it. We'll talk soon.